In today's video, I'm going to discuss everything you need to know about Lemon Squeezy as a beginner. So first of all is that you would want to go here into their website, which is simply lemonsqueezy.com. Once you're here, the first thing that you should know is the pricing. So simply click here on pricing, and then you'll now be able to see the pricing depending on how much you'd have to pay, depending on your needs actually. So from here, you're going to go scroll down, and then you'd be able to see their e-commerce and email marketing. So first is that let's talk about e-commerce. So in here, there are no monthly fees. Instead, they just take a small cut from each sale, which is 5% plus 50 cents per transaction. That means you only pay when you make money, which is perfect if you're just getting started or want low risk. And with that, you get access to a global payment system, built-in sales tax compliance, fraud protection, and updates to all existing and future e-commerce features. If you're processing a high volume of sales, they do offer custom pricing, and it is worth reaching out to them directly if that is your case. Now, for email marketing, it's free for your first 500 subscribers. But if you use this slider in here and increase your number of subscribers, you will now start paying a monthly or annual fee depending on your list size. And you can save more by toggling annual plan or annual discount right here. In that way, you'd be able to save some dollars. And yeah, you'd get a discount with this. So if you're planning to sell and email from one place, Lemon Squeezy keeps it all streamlined without piling on subscription cost. So that's it. Now that you know that, is that you can click here on view e-commerce features right away, and then you'd be able to see a more comprehensive view right here, all the features that you would get. And then also the same thing with email marketing features in here. All right, so let's proceed into setting up our account. You can click here on get started if you don't have an account, but if you already have one, then you can just click there on sign in. So in my case, since I don't have one, I'm going to click here on get started. And from here, I can just sign up with my Google, Twitter, or I can provide my name, email, and password and click on create account once you have completed the CAPTCHA. In my case, I'll just go with Google for an easier process. Alright, now that you have completed the sign up process, you will now be prompted in here on your first step. So in here, you just need to provide your store name, let's say a sample store for this tutorial, and then you can now provide your store URL. And again, I'm just going to go for a sample store for this tutorial in here. I'm just going to add some number. And now you want to select a country on where you are business is legally registered. So if you're legally registered in the US, then you can search for US right here, for example, and click on create my store. Or you could also go for where your bank account is if you don't have a registered business. And next is that you can go here into setup. This is the recommendation that I have for you when you first log in into your Lemon Squeezy account, so that you'd be able to verify your identity first and set up your 2FA. These are essential to provide security into your account, because that's important. And then in verifying your identity, you'd be able to unlock all the features, including the payments, because they would require your identity to be verified and also to activate your store. So click here on activate store. And from here, you would now need to undergo the verification process. So in here, you would need to add information to start accepting money, as you can see. So you would not be able to earn here in Lemon Squeezy if you don't verify your identity. So click here on add information. And then you will now be prompted into this one right here, where you would need to log in into your Stripe account. So this is what they use for payment here in Lemon Squeezy. So you actually have to link your Stripe account in here to verify your identity. So if you don't have a Stripe account yet, then you can watch our other videos onto how you'd be able to create your Stripe account to use here in Lemon Squeezy. And now let's go back and let's say that you are now done verifying your identity, completed all of the necessary process as indicated on your on-screen process. Now let's go into setup again. And from here, set up your 2FA. Click here on configure. And from here, you just simply need to go to an QR app, like for example, Google Authenticator, and just simply scan the QR code in here using that app from your phone. And then you should be able to add your 2FA very easily by clicking here on confirm once you have linked that and your confirmation code. So yeah, that's it. Those are very easy. Now let's discuss the features here in Lemon Squeezy. So first is that we have our homepage where we'd be able to see the stats here of our store, like the revenue, new orders revenue, average order revenue, and so on. And then you could also see your email subscribers if you have email marketing enabled. Next is the store, which is the most essential one. This is where we'd be able to add our products. So click here on products, and then you can click here on new product. And now you'd be able to provide the details in here. So you could go for general right here. So you could go for the name and description. So these are the general settings. And for the pricing, you can go for single payment. You can go for a subscription if the product that you are selling is a subscription based. And you could also go for lead magnet and pay what you want. So if you'd want some donation type of thing, then this is the option that you'd want. You can go for the minimum and suggested price right there. And then tax category right here, you can go for online video content and so on. Make sure the tax category right here is correct, that is appropriate for the product that you are selling. And then next is that we have the media. You can add more medias right here, like a photo. Like as you can see right here, you can add up to 10 images of your product to represent your product better. And then the customer would be able to see and understand your product better. And then here is the file. So you can upload an unlimited number of files of your product. Like for example, if you are selling a PDF or maybe a course, then this is where you'd be able to upload those files that will be sent to your customers once they have purchased your product. Next is the links. So you could add your links in here. You could add up to 3 links customers can access after purchase. So if you're selling something like some assets, like maybe your Google Drive, wherein you are selling some stock footage, then this is where you could provide the link to that URL so that it would automatically be accessible for the customers when they buy your product. And then you have your variants in here. So most of the time, it's not really that applicable when it comes to digital products. But in case that this is applicable to your product, then you can just add it right here. And then here in the settings is that you can generate license key if you'd want to issue each customer a unique license after purchase. So yeah, you could enable that, and then you could modify the license length and then the activation limit. And you also have the display product on storefront. So if you'd want this to be shown on your Lemon Squeezy storefront, then you can enable this. And then the confirmation modal. So you can see the title and message in here. So this is what the customers will see after a confirmation model that includes a thank you message after they have purchased your product. So you can go for a thank you for your order, or thank you for purchasing, or maybe just basically a gratitude text right here for purchasing, and then some message, some button text. If you want to upsell them more, then you can go for button text right here, and you can go for buy our pair right here, buy our pair product. So you could go for that button text, and then you could go and attach the link into that button so that when they click on that, they will be prompted into your another product wherein you'd be able to upsell that product. So in that case, you would have more chances of getting sales, and the email received this is where you can customize it. Once you're all done, you can click here on publish product, and that's it. You would now have set up your product in here in Lemon Squeezy. After that, you can now see here your orders. So click here on orders, and this is where you'd be able to see that. And then the subscriptions and so on. So this basically are very easy now that we have, now that we know on how you'd be able to click here on how we'd be able to make a product, right? So it's basically the same process. You'd be prompted here again into the new product. So yeah, that's it. And then you could also go for the customers in here. You could go for discounts and then the licenses. So this is where you'd be able to manage all of your product settings on your store. Next, we have the email settings. By going here into broadcast, this is where you'd be able to enable email marketing. And here in the subscribers is where you'd be able to see all of your subscribers and even import them. So you just need to enable email marketing first. And then once it's enabled, you'd now be able to see here in the plan is that you can now activate your store actually for free if you only have less than 500 total subscribers by clicking here on activate your store. And as you can see right here, it's not yet available because they are experiencing a high volume of store applications. So that's the disadvantage here of having only a free plan. So sometimes it's not available. So you'd really have to have a good timing. And here in the affiliates is that we can go into the overview. And from here, basically, is that you could add your products to the Lemon Squeezy affiliate hub and make more sales. Basically, Lemon Squeezy has a built-in affiliate system, which lets you turn customers or influencers into your promoters. So here's how it works. Basically, you create an affiliate program inside your dashboard by clicking here on Enable Affiliates. You can set a percentage or fixed commission right here, and then share your unique link, which is this one. When someone refers a customer through their link, they get paid automatically after the sale is completed. So you could also earn from being affiliate here in Lemon Squeezy. So this is perfect for course creators, template sellers, or anyone with audience-driven product who want to grow throughout the word of mouth. You don't need third-party tools. The entire system here is integrated, tracked, and managed right inside Lemon Squeezy. And next is that we have the design feature right here. So when you click on that, under here, you can customize how your storefront and checkout look. Lemon Squeezy gives you simple tools to add your logo, set brand colors, and adjust the layout of your product pages. You can choose between a full storefront or embed products on your own website. This is ideal if you want a clean, branded experience without hiring a developer. It's not a full website builder, but it's great for creators who want a consistent, minimal look without having too much coding, and it's all very simple. So you can buy their templates in here. And next, and basically the last one is that we have the test mode in here. So basically this one is a lifesaver. Test mode lets you simulate purchases without processing real payments. So with one click, you can toggle your store into test mode, just like this one. Walk through the entire buying process like a real customer, and you'll see how the checkout feels. But this feature is grayed out because we haven't activated our store yet. And to activate our store, we would need to verify our identity. So that is why I suggested that you need to verify your identity first and set up your 2FA so that you'd be able to use Lemon Squeezy fully. So yeah, this is it for our beginner's guide on Lemon Squeezy on how you could use this effectively. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.